The Biden administration's student loan forgiveness program has now launched a beta mode of its application website. This means some borrowers with federally held student loans are now eligible to apply for up to $20,000 in debt cancellation. I took a look at what the application process is like and how students feel about it.
$1,000 in relief. In total, more than 40 million Americans can stand to benefit from this relief.
President Biden announced the launch of the student loan debt relief applications Monday. This comes almost 8 weeks after the president first announced his student loan forgiveness program. Individuals who made less than $125,000 in 2021 or 2022 and families who made less than $250,000 during those years are eligible for the program. At least 8 million borrowers will be considered for debt relief without having to fill out an application. The Department of Education will directly email those individuals based on the income information they already have. Many students on campus have already completed the application. Those who want to apply for student debt relief can go to studentaid.gov to fill out the form in either English or Spanish. The application requires filling out information like your name, social security number, phone, email, and signature. But the form does not require any supporting documents for now. Students who have completed the application say this process was easy.
Yeah, it was really easy. It was literally like one page. There was you just had to put your name, your social security number.
It's a very quick, simple form, and it really takes a couple minutes to fill out.
Some even say the application took them seconds to fill out.
My friend sent it to me on a link, and I just clicked it, filled out my information, and it was done in a second.
Right now, there is no specific set date for the official launch of the website, but we do know that it is set to launch later this month. Applications will stay open through December 2023. However, those who have applied on the beta website will not need to reapply for their application to be considered. People gathered at Penn Harris Hotel for Senator Doug Mastriano's watch party on election night. The night included a buffet dinner, guest speakers, flashing lights, live musical performances, and free swag. Supporters joined together in prayer, and they also joined together to recite the Pledge of Allegiance and sing the national anthem. Mastriano himself even took the stage to talk directly to his supporters and inspire hope among the crowd.
From corner to corner, from every edge of the state, every county, we've seen such a movement like never before in Pennsylvania history, and it's been worth the fight. And we're going to take this fight all the way to Harrisburg, just across the river.
Some supporters we spoke to early in the evening were optimistic that the night would end with a victory for Mastriano.
Yeah, I'm predicting Mastriano to win for sure. Yeah, I'm just very excited.
Other supporters, however, felt like Mastriano's campaign has not set him up for success in this election.
I'm not so sure about this race. I supported and voted for Doug, but I'm not really sure how great of a marketing job that he's done.
Vice reporter and former Temple Update anchor Alexis Johnson was following the Mastriano campaign for months leading up to election night. She says that his campaign is unlike any we've seen before in this state.
A lot of longstanding Republicans in the state who said that Doug Mastriano was even too extreme for them.
Celebrations tapered off around 10 o'clock, but the excited energy carried on throughout the night. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Haya Qubbaj. Wingard's resignation comes the week after Temple's faculty union authorized a no-confidence vote against senior leadership. In an email sent out to the university Tuesday, Board of Trustees Chair Mitchell Morgan praised Wingard for his contributions to the university and thanked him for his dedication to the Temple community. In an interview with the New York Times, Wingard said, quote, "I recognize that all the attention and focus that was being placed on me, and it was getting hotter and hotter. It was disallowing us from being able to satisfy the strategy I mapped out." I spoke to Temple students about their reactions to Wingard's departure and how they feel about Temple's current administration. Here's what they had to say.
People weren't feeling like they were being heard. And, it was just so bizarre to people that they couldn't get in contact with their university's administration when they pay so much money to get here.
Keep Us Safe to You founder John Mangan, one of several students who organized a safety rally earlier this semester, says the main issue with Temple's leadership is lack of communication.
Nobody expected Temple to just stop the crime. We know it's going to happen, but they expected some type of response, and for months there was nothing, and there was just this constant PR cycle.
After serving as Temple's president for nearly 2 years, some students say they were not expecting President Jason Wingard to resign so soon.
I definitely say I was surprised because, as you know, he's relatively new and he moved here.
Some students told me that they are surprised Wingard has stepped down, but others said that they were expecting this.
I was not surprised at all. I think he's been facing a lot of backlash, especially after the shooting regarding the Temple police officer and kind of how he handled that whole situation.
CLA alum Sydney Badman says that although Wingard joined the university during a tough time, he could have done more.
I do think it's kind of a situation of like bad timing for him. Obviously, he could have handled things a lot better, I think.
Junior Anya Rainwater thinks one of the issues with Wingard's leadership was his approach to education.
But I do think that Wingard has a lot of perspectives on just turning college into a really profitable thing as efficiently as possible.
Rainwater also believes the president should have worked harder to negotiate with Temple's Graduate Student Association during their strike earlier this semester.
How he reacted to TUGSA was a big indication of how little he values instructors as kind of this core of our system here at Temple.
Mangan says that he's concerned for the future of Temple's leadership.
You know, at the end of the day, the same people who appointed President Wingard's administration are going to be appointing the new administration.
Most students I spoke to say they hope the next president will have a more active presence within the Temple community.
I think actually showing up in different and more powerful ways is more important for a new leader of the school.
Mangan also told me that he believes it's up to students to voice their concerns to administration and demand change from Temple's next president.
Are the teachers safe enough to give us classes? Are all students able to take those online classes?
Yusuf Wasif is an international medical student who was visiting the United Arab Emirates when the invasion of Ukraine began. His classes have just returned online after over a month of the ongoing war. Many of Wasif's peers witnessed their university's destruction in the city of Kharkiv.
From the videos, they showed me walking down the streets of once was our beloved city. It just looks so messed up and destroyed, and it's just heartbreaking.
This destruction has made it even more difficult for international students to transfer to other universities.
So my transcripts are in the university, and for me to get access, I need someone inside the university to send them to me.
As many students escape to neighboring countries, some universities have temporarily waived the requirements of a transcript and are accepting applicants mid-school year. However, this help does not come without its challenges.
They don't know if my subjects corresponds with their syllabus of a third-year medical student studying, for example, in Poland.
Wasif believes that even if the region were to see some stability soon, education in Ukraine will still have a long journey until its recovery.
Maybe one day, after a couple of years and after a couple of attempts of restoration, I don't think even then it will go back to the way it was.
For more information on how you can help Ukrainian refugees and students abroad from right here on campus, be sure to check out our website at templeupdate.com. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Haya Qubbaj.